Single cab truck with a 7.3 V8. This thing's pretty crazy. I'll include a link to the Carl Malone Ford's website in the description down below. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get right into it. Under the hood, we have a 7.3 liter V8 naturally aspirated that goes through a 10-speed automatic. It puts out 430 horsepower and then 485 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help me out with that. We've got cab lights up top. We've got a very boxy hood design too. Gigantic headlights. You also have fog lights, recovery points, and an air dam at the very bottom. Altogether, the contrast with the black and the white looks sharp. Tire wheel setup is 275 by 70 by 18. The wheels are completely blacked out with this package. It's kind of a theme here. You got your F-350 STX badge there. I'd say door-to-door side step, but it's, yeah, technically a door-to-door side step, but also just one door. It's weird. And then you got the bedside step right next to that. And then, of course, this is leaf sprung in the rear with a solid rear axle. This is a single cab with a 6.75 foot bed, so technically a short bed Super Duty. When it comes to key fob features, we've got our lock and unlock function. You got a little flip out key and then Ford logo on the back. The tailgate itself, you have to lower under your own force, so just kind of know that. It does have a ruler on the back though. LED lights, and now that I'm looking at this bed, I think this actually might be the 8-foot bed. It looked like the 6.75, but now that I'm looking at it from this angle, I think it's the 8-foot. Yeah, this is definitely the 8-foot bed. Anyways, pick that up pretty easy. Very boxy taillights. You've got the little bumper step set up there in the back too. That will cap things off for the exterior of this truck. This week's giveaway features a limited edition 850 horsepower Mustang Dark Horse, as well as a custom 455 horsepower Bronco Raptor, and $45,000 to cover the taxes on the vehicles if you win. Use code BHC or click the link in the video description or the pinned comment. This will give you 4x entries on any donation, $25 or more. Not only that, these donations go to help both children's and veterans charities. So click the link below. Best of luck and hope to see you in a Bronco Raptor and Mustang Dark Horse soon. Let's now check out the interior. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors, and then you've got your little adjustments. There's soft touch here on the door panel. 4,776 pounds of payload capacity, and then this has 11,400 pounds of gross vehicle weight rating. Cloth seats for up front. They are manual with the adjustments. And then we do have the lights to the left of the steering wheel. Now, of course, the flip out key, this actually is one of those trucks where you gotta pop it in the ignition. You got more basic trim all around the steering wheel, but practical controls in the front face for the center. Phone controls, you've got voice command controls as well. And this does have a column shifter on the side with a manual shift function. Mostly analog, but we do have a somewhat digital element here in the center that'll let you see different bits of info on systems within the truck itself. Surprisingly, this has a 360 camera system, and you actually have the hill descent control button just up above because this has the off-road stuff. But yeah, it's a small screen view, but it's still a nice feature to have. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, it's Ford's unit they have in their other trucks. It's just miniature, basically. It does take a second for some of the pages to load up, but it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now here in the lower section, we've got our trailer brake controls. This has a part-time four-wheel drive system with the 2-speed transfer case. It also has a rear locking differential and your drive mode select all built in that area. Analog controls here for the climate radio. Right next to all of that, you've got some charge ports and outlets all around that whole section too. This of course has a bench seat since it's a single cab, so you can still fit 3 people. There is a little bit of storage at the bottom section of the seat. You just pull that tab up. There's some cup holders on top, which is nice. And speaking of storage, you got storage above the glove box. The glove box itself is lockable. And then this does come with 6 auxiliary switches at the very top. $60,405. Let's see how this performs. Let us set off in this Super Duty. Should be super fast, right? Because we've got just a single cab. Do have a long bed, which is gonna add a little bit of weight. Not that much though, it's a bed. And the 7.3. Man, just throw some, throw a supercharger and some corn juice at this and you probably have a pretty fast truck. You know what someone should do? Some companies should take the 6.75 foot bed version of this, so the short bed, single cab. They should lift it, put it on 37s, and then add a supercharger just sell the, like, people would buy that. Come on, people would buy that. Now, I just drove the 6.8 before this, and the 7.3 is definitely more powerful, but it's less about, like, the 6.8's got like a lot of low-end torque to it. This still has good torque, but you can tell it's more of a top-end engine. It wants you to kind of rev it out a little bit. Another good comparison with this is actually Ram's 6.4 Hemi in the HD trucks, and then there's 6.4 Hemi in the cars and the Wrangler. I have a Wrangler with a 6.4 Hemi. That engine has more power in the Wrangler than in the HD trucks. When you drive an HD truck, though, it's like partial throttle. You get like all the torque. The Wrangler has more torque, but you got to kind of wring it out a little bit more to get that torque, because it happens at a higher RPM range. So it's kind of built for a little bit of a different situation. Now, yeah, suspension on this is actually more comfortable than I would expect. Again, you're gonna have a shorter wheelbase with a single cab, but it's still, and it's a 350. It's leaf sprung, solid axle in the rear. Still pretty comfortable though for what it is. It's not bad at all. At least I don't think it's bad. It's pretty well insulated too. I don't think Ford's doing the thicker glass in their Super Duties yet. Yeah, at least with this. I gotta check the fully loaded ones a little bit more often. But yeah, this it's a pretty nice interior. Let's see the turning radius. Not too shabby. It's a bit bumpy. Godzilla! Yeah, it's definitely a hot rod engine, that's for sure. It works great in the truck. It sounds good. Man, you throw an exhaust on this and that's fun. Yeah, this is a fun truck. This is a nice truck. And I mean, the utility that this provides is phenomenal. You've got great payload. I mean, towing capacity, you can, like with a fifth wheel, you can tow like 20,000 pounds with this, and then, you know, bumper pull, you're gonna be a little bit less than 20,000. That's a lot of weight. Now, obviously, it's not gonna pull it as well as the diesel. Like the diesel, you put 20,000 pounds behind it, and it's not even trying. This, with 20,000 pounds behind it, it can technically do it, but it's going to be a little bit more of a struggle, right? So it's just something to be aware of. So yeah, in conclusion, this is kind of like Ford's little hot rod. I'll try to review one with the short bed like I did last year. I thought that was really fun. It's a cool truck. But yeah, the long bed's still cool. It's got more space, more practicality, right? So there's your benefit there with the long bed. It just doesn't have quite the, as my younger Gen Z counterparts will say, it doesn't have the aura of the short bed. The short bed definitely has that crazy aura. The one that I reviewed last year was bright red. It was like bright red, short bed, 7.3 V8. Like, that thing was cool looking. This in white, it's still got the blackout package, which is nice, but it doesn't quite, like I said, it doesn't have the aura. It's always funny. I just, like, man, I'm not that old, but I'm also like a boomer at the same time, and mentally. It seems like, so it's like I hear all these new words and everything, and I'm like, what does that mean? And then I find out what it means, and I'm like, you know what, I'll try that in a video title. And it's always funny to see people's reaction. They're like, what is this aura? Why are you using this? And it's like, I'm just trying to stay with the times. That's why I feel like I'm a boomer, because I use stuff not because I use it in real life, but because with the videos, I'm just trying to stay hip. So let me guys think about this thing. It's obviously a work truck, but it also is, it's kind of more than a work truck in a lot of ways. And it's got a rear locking differential. You put some all-terrain tires on this thing, and this is a mountain goat.